I want to address the public comments that came before us this morning regarding the City of Tampa's Racial Reconciliation Committee. And maybe I'm doing a little bit of teaching here and a little bit of reminding. When we unanimously supported this committee, it clearly states, and this is online for people who want to read it for themselves under racial reconciliation, that we created this committee to review, study, and make recommendations to the city council, to us, and to the city of Tampa. Now that is very important. Make recommendations to us and to the city of Tampa, and to city council. The people that we selected, in my opinion, we all were able to pick, and we chose experts in a variety of areas. The CDC, the Black Chamber of Commerce, Feeding Tampa Bay, the University of South Florida, my pick, Africana Studies and Anthropology, church members, our pastors, NAACP appointee, Urban League of Hillsborough County, the History Center, the Tampa Bay Coalition of Clergy, Aid Brown Ministries, and Florida Rising. These people are experts in their areas, and they already have answers. On day one, based on the categories that they are assigned to in terms of this committee, affordable housing, economic development, youth opportunities, etc., they can provide recommendations to us. That was what was asked when we created this committee. So the disappointment for me today was to hear the editorial as if we've done something wrong. We provided the resources, the funding. We put in place for this to take place with the, we partnered with the John Scott Florida Institute of Government at the University of South Florida to provide the facilitation services to the Reconciliation Committee. We use the University of South Florida Institute of Government to collaborate and partner with, to provide the workshops, etc., subject area of experts, all of that stuff. So at this point, there are several meetings that took place: December, February, March, April 22nd, and now here we are today on April 30th, and we get this editorial as though we're not doing something. Recommendations, in my opinion, should occur through the committee members that we picked with the experts that, in the fields that currently exist. Also, I do recognize, I know that they did ask the city for a lot of information, for the city employees to fill out questionnaires. Now, I'm going to address this from a personal standpoint. When I ran for office, I got really overwhelmed by the number of questionnaires that came in from all of these organizations. So every night I was spending an enormous amount of time filling out these questions, and I got to a point where I just stopped. I said, I can't do this. This is taking up an enormous amount of time. Plus I have to go out and meet with the public and answer questions and have all the forms. So think about that from the standpoint of you sending out this huge document that you want our staff to answer when we already know that they're overwhelmed. The Racial Reconciliation Committee, while they were valuable questions, but that data, they don't need to rely on city staff to get the data. They can rely on the experts within the organizations, of all the organizations that exist that make up this Racial Reconciliation Committee, to provide those responses each and every meeting that they have happened where they've had the workshop. So I'm just saying that from a standpoint of what is actually documented and in terms of what we're expecting. So I was a little blindsided today when, when they got up and presented their position, when it clearly states, even online for the public, that it is the committee that will be making the recommendations to city council and to the city of Tampa. Not for us to be involved in the process to make it even fair, not to influence the process by giving our input. That's why the committee was established. So I just want to put that out there, and I'll say that I'm saying that publicly because I think it's very important to do so.